And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Day 1, Game 1, coming up at the top of the hour of the 2023 NCAA Division III Championships here as we are playing semifinal number 1. The ladies will be up first, as it will be the Trinity Tigers, the number 1 team in the conference, undefeated in conference play this year, taking on the number 4 seed, the U Dallas Lady Crusaders. But before we get into the specifics of the games coming up, and we'll take you through every aspect of the game coming up, and we'll dive into both these teams in depth. I'm pleased to be joined by the conference commissioner, Dwayne Hansberry, joining us. It's been a busy week for you over the last couple of weeks. Drove into Seguin, Texas last week for the conference cross-country championships, and it just seems like right now at the beginning of the year, you're ending up volleyball, you're ending up soccer, you're ending up cross-country. Now it's the time to start to get busy because we're starting to get in that holiday period.
It is, and the wheels never stop turning. I'm here today, but I'm also having conversations about basketball that's upcoming, and believe it or not, I'm having a lot of football conversations. I don't know how many of our listeners know, but we're actually SCAC football is coming back next year. So I was on the phone with some coaches. We're trying to finalize schedules for 24, 25, and beyond. So even though I'm here at the championships, my mind's
elsewhere.
My mind somewhere sometimes takes me elsewhere, which I'm fortunate to have some really good assistants at work for me to help keep everything here on the ground rolling. And, man, what a beautiful day. We are so looking forward to this. We've been planning this for over a year. World-class facility here at SaberCat Stadium. I think our kids are going to have a great experience. We're looking forward to a good weekend, Larry.
Well, we talked about it a couple of years ago when we were up at Cleburne for the first time with St. Thomas going into the tournament, and we had the conversation in the press box about the future of where the teams were going to host these certain events. And obviously there's going to be some conference change over the next couple of years. Some teams are coming in, some teams are going to be leaving. And so it'll sort of morph itself into its own identity where these games will be played. And you've thought about the process, and we've talked about this, of going to more maybe neutral sites than individual campuses.
Yep, and traditionally that's what we've done with soccer. It's been on campus. Our league has always been built in such a way that geography really hasn't permitted us to do a lot of top seed hosting championships. So we have to predetermine where our championships are going to be, and it really doesn't have anything to do with that particular team's finish that year. So you get those situations sometimes. I mean, we've had situations, Larry, where we've been at a campus where the host school didn't even qualify for the championship.
Right. And that's not a good thing for the most part. I mean, you can host it, but you don't have the responsibilities of actually having your team play.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great as far as, it probably diminishes some of the fans that you would get there otherwise. But, the one thing I'm really proud of is our schools take great pride in hosting these things. They know that this is a big deal. They want this to be a good experience for the student athletes. And even in those rare circumstances where we've had schools host one of these things and not have their team in it, they've always done a really good job. So, that has created a situation which allowed us to continue with that model. That said, as we've become a little more Texas-centric over the years with our membership, we have looked at models to take it off campus and to go to a neutral site that can be a really nice, special experience. This is the first year we've done that with soccer, and bringing the men and women together was really key to get them both here, allow them the same experience. And, moving forward, we don't have any commitments beyond this year. We signed a one-year deal here with SaberCat Stadium. It was kind of a let's see how it goes situation.
Play it by ear.
Exactly. Could we come back? Absolutely we could. I suspect there's nothing that's going to keep us from coming back. But to your point's well taken, too. I could see a model we build where we have 2 or 3 or 4 different neutral sites.
A rotation type of thing.
That we may want to put a rotate. I know there's a really nice facility in Round Rock that's been brought to my attention. It might be something we want to look at.
Well, we know there's a Georgetown facility up there also that's in that area. I think that it's the same one we're talking about in the Georgetown, Round Rock area. And that's probably the biggest growing area. As much as it is in Fort Bend County, as much as it is in Harris County in the area here, the Georgetown and basically Williamson County, north of Travis County, that's maybe the biggest growth in the state of Texas outside of the I-75 corridor north of Dallas. You have that area up there that's growing so much in Frisco in that area.
Yep, and we're fortunate that we've got schools in our league, in pretty much every piece of the metropolitan part of the state: San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, Austin. We've got schools either there or right outside those major areas, which really affords us connections and opportunities to take advantage of that and host championships at some really nice venues.
Opportunity for expansion. Obviously, we're going to lose two teams in a couple of years. I don't think it's a secret right now that we're going to lose Trinity and Southwest. I think
Correct.
Southwestern, the other two schools. So TLU is going to be the longest standing member that will be left over after that point. I think they have the longest running membership that they have in the SCAC. And then you're going to add in teams, obviously the newest one right now, St. Thomas, only being in its 4th year of existence, 3rd year of championship play. And I think that you look at the way we've talked about some of the teams coming in, you know who's coming in, but there's also rumors of other teams coming in that are still across the board. How is conference realignment / expansion of the conference? You're located in Georgia. That's the main thing. You're over there, and there's some schools rumored in Arkansas, some schools rumored in Texas to come in. So what is the focus of where you want to try to pull schools from? Would you like something to maybe expand the footprint of the conference, or where do you look at that?
Yeah, we've never been scared to go outside, a certain geographic pocket. For us, it's always been about culture and fit and less about, where the school is. Obviously, now that the league is a little more Texas-centric, I do think it makes more sense for us to look for schools in this part of the world. But we've never let that scare us away. I will say, yes, we're losing Trinity and Southwestern. Disappointed they've decided to go to another conference, but understand the decision they made. We were fortunate that as soon as that announcement was made, my phone started ringing. There were a lot of schools looking for an opportunity to hitch their wagon to the SCAC, and we jumped on that pretty quickly with McMurray first, and then Concordia and Ozarks coming aboard so quickly. They're coming aboard next year. We'll actually be a 12-team league next year because Trinity and Southwestern has one more year with us.
They'll do it 2025.
Correct. And so we're going to be at 12 next year and then settle in at 10. Could we go bigger than that? Sure, we absolutely could. There's still people out there that are interested. I've had conversations with several athletic directors and presidents at other schools who just let me know that if there was an opportunity, they would like further discussions with us. So it's good to be in a position where there's people that see you as a desired destination, and I have
and a good dance partner.
Yeah, and I have to assume, we must be doing something right, that there's people that want to be a part of what we're doing. I take great pride. I've been with the league for almost 30 years now, commissioner for the past 17. Membership change is just kind of part of what we do. There's different reasons for that. I always laugh at Division I. It seems like everybody's chasing the next TV contract. For us, a lot of times it's schools are looking for ways to save a little money. That's kind of the genesis of why our league split up back in 2011-12. Our eastern half was looking for a mechanism where they wouldn't have to travel as much west. Right. So, there's different reasons for schools making the decisions they do, but at the end of the day, all we can control is providing good opportunities, and hopefully we build a model that is still something that people and schools and institutions want to be a part of. And right now, that's not an issue. I think we're in a position now where we would be good at 10, but we're also going to be in a position where we're going to have an opportunity to grow if we so choose.
Well, it's great to have you here, coming into Houston to be able to host this tournament and everything like that. We look for the privilege to be able to do it. It's going to be a fun 6 games coming up, and there's going to be 2 great champions crowned. We talked about the opportunity, and we'll get a little bit deeper in this maybe in between when we start making the announcements of the all tournament and all conference teams coming up between the men's and women's championships or the semifinals today. And I think that when we look at this, the question we'll look at forward is, you talk about the conference expansion. We look forward to talking about the individual sports, specifically soccer specific today, but obviously championships going on across the conference, and we look forward to having you as we continue on through this tournament. Thanks for taking the time, and your people have been so great for us.
Thanks, Larry.
Dwayne Hansberry, Conference
Thanks
Commissioner of the SCAC. We'll take a timeout, come back live here from SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas. Gorgeous day here as we open up the 2023 SCAC Conference Championships. Up first, it's the number 1 seed, the Trinity Tigers out of San Antonio, Texas, taking on the University of Dallas Lady Crusaders out of Irving, Texas. Coming up next on Coopersports.net. And back live here from Houston, Texas, as we get set for this matchup between the University of Dallas Lady Crusaders, the number 4 seed in the SCAC tournament, and the number 1 seed in the SCAC for the women. It'll be the Trinity Lady Tigers. Looking at the records coming in, Trinity with a 7-0 record in conference play. 5-1-1 for Texas Lutheran as the number 2 seed, 4-2-1 for Southwestern as the 3 seed, and 4-3 for Dallas, the top 4 seeds that made the tournament. St. Thomas just missing out with a 2-3-2 conference record under first-year head coach Nataki Stewart. Austin College with a 1-4-2 record. Shriner with a 1-5-1 record, and Centenary at 0-6-1. Colorado College does not have a women's program, so not the same 9 teams that we have in the men's bracket. And for the 2 teams coming in here, looking at some of the numbers across the board, the Trinity Lady Tigers overall in the season 10-4-2. Dallas coming in with a sub-500 record at 6-9-1, and coming in Trinity with 32 points or 21 points in the conference play with the 7-0 perfect record. Goals for, they had 27 goals for and only 1 goal against them on the season. So their defense has been tremendous. And if you would like to say that the SCAC tournament is basically the Trinity Lady Tigers Invitational, you can say that. 21-1-1 over the course of their history in this tournament. They have dominated, to say the least, and it's going to take a monumental effort for one of these 4 teams, or one of the other 3 teams, to be able to knock them off in a championship round matchup. And Dallas will get the first shot at it today, as Dallas coming into this matchup with 12 points coming in. They have 12 goals for, 8 goals against, and Dallas may be playing a type of game where they'll play a very defensive game, try to keep it a low-scoring matchup, and try to play this on the Trinity end of the field. But Dallas is going to have to sit there and probably have their most monumental effort of the season to be in this matchup all the way through the full 90 minutes. Remind you today, in tournament play, we do have the 20-minute potential of overtime, 2 10-minute sessions, and if we do go to overtime, we will play through the 20-minute session to determine a winner. If no winner is determined at that point, we will go to a 5 penalty kick shootout, and then if it is still tied at that point, we will go to individual shots 1 against 1 after that point until we determine a winner of each of these matchups. We'll take a timeout, come back live here from SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas, back after this on the Cooper Sports Network. watching our matchup today. Take the time to like and subscribe to Cooper Sports on your YouTube channel while you're enjoying our live and archive content. Let us know where you are at during our live broadcast using the live chat interaction when we have that up. And remind you that Cooper Sports, we bring you to the game. And Larry Cooper bringing you all the action live. I'll be joined by Kyle Nickel in a few minutes as he'll join us here for these two matchups here in the afternoon. And remind you of the starters coming up here in this matchup for the U Dallas Lady Crusaders. It'll be Ella Charles getting the start in goal, the freshman out of Flower Mound, Texas. Number 3, Courtney Fuqua. She is a defender, a freshman out of Keller, Texas. Number 10, Clara Reed. She is a junior midfielder out of Harlingen, Texas. Number 11, Grace Reyna. She is a sophomore defender out of Frisco, Texas. Number 13, Livia Lee. She is a junior midfielder out of Katy, Texas. Number 14, Avery Seaman. She is a senior forward out of Bedford, Texas. Number 15, Heather Reyna. She is a sophomore defender out of Frisco, Texas. Number 19, Andrea Copy. She is a senior midfielder out of Keller, Texas. Number 21, Alyssa Benkachi. She is a graduate senior midfielder out of League City, Texas. Number 23, Miriam Skinner. She is a sophomore midfielder out of Irving, Texas. And number 27, Brittany Zapata. She is a junior midfielder out of Fort Worth, Texas. The head coach of the U Dallas Lady Crusaders is Lexi Stinson. She's assisted by Joshua Kire, David Johnson, and Jeremiah Narvez. And for the Lady Tigers out of San Antonio, Texas, it'll be number 1, Lauren Lewis getting the start. Lewis, the junior goalkeeper out of Carrollton, Texas. Number 6, it'll be Josephine McCrae. McCrae is a senior midfielder out of Fairway, Kansas. Number 12 is Darren Williard. She is a freshman defender out of Austin, Texas. Number 14 is Emma Everett. She is a fifth-year senior midfielder out of Parker, Colorado. Number 18 is Taylor Campbell. She is a junior midfielder out of Edinburgh, Texas. Number 21 is Kyra Stafford. She is a senior defender out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. 22 is Erin Heath, a sophomore midfielder out of Lake Jackson, Texas. Number 27, Michaela Bosco, and she is a junior forward midfielder out of Weatherford. And to round out the lineup, number 33, Bailey Meyer, and she is a fifth-year senior defenseman out of South Lake Carroll High School. As U Dallas in the all-navy uniforms with the white numbers, white lettering, and white trim, they are working from left to right here with it as we open up this first half of play. And for the Trinity Lady Tigers, with the steel moving it toward the top of the box, they'll dump it on the right side, looking for the penetration there as they'll try to push it on the end. And we're going to have a goal or a corner kick coming up. In fact, they'll say last touch, though, by Trinity, so it will not be a corner kick. It will be a goal kick coming up for the Lady Crusaders. Goalkeeper for the Lady Crusaders, Ella Charles, wearing the all-red uniform with the navy blue numbers, navy blue lettering, and trim. And for Trinity, they're in the all-white uniforms with the dark brick red numbers, lettering, and trim as they're working in all whites. And the goalkeeper for the Lady Tigers, Lauren Lewis, in the all-green uniform with the white numbers, white lettering, and white trim. Pushed up on the far side as the Lady Tigers trying to push it toward the edge of the box. Pushed out of play defensively on the far side by U Dallas. And there'll be a throw-in coming up for the Lady Tigers as controlling it into the box, trying to get the header there and trying to get it to Hannah Kahn. Could not come up with it. As they're working on the far side, trying to drop it into the box, coming over, knocked away, and that shot is up and good. That ball coming across, and though they'll call offsides instead, so they'll negate the goal as the pass intended for Kahn came across the box, and he had a perfect opportunity there coming across for Josephine McCrae, and could not. She got the goal, but it was disallowed because of an offsides penalty. As the ball will be cleared by Charles, out toward midfield, trying to control it there as coming over Emma Everett could not get the takeaway. They'll roll it to the near side as Courtney Fuqua with it. Fuqua will reset as she'll push it toward the back defense line. Trinity will put a lot of pressure on here. They are going to run their forwards as much as they can at the defense of the Lady Crusaders as they'll push it far side to Grace Reyna. Reyna trying to push it down the far side, defended by the Lady Tigers and out of play as it's covered up there by Darian Willard. As the ball touched up there, taken away by Dallas, trying to control it. And Dallas would love to try to get an early goal here and try to put pressure on the #1 seed out of the conference. As that rolls out of play, no chance to get over there for Andrea Copy. She is a senior out of Byron Nelson High School in Trophy Club, Texas. Ball rolling toward the end line as it rolls out of play, and it'll be a throw in for Dallas. As it will be Copy with the throw in on the far side. Just a gorgeous afternoon for soccer here as we'll play the first of the 4 semifinals, the 1-4 matchup here. As the ball controlled by Emma Everett. As working toward this circle. They'll bring it back near side to Courtney Fuqua. Fuqua, the freshman out of Keller. Resets it. As they'll work it back to Heather Reyna. Reyna out of Frisco Reedy High School in the Dallas area. As it rolls out of play, a throw in coming up for the Lady Tigers out of San Antonio, Texas. A fixture in this conference for so many years, one more year left for Trinity as part of the SCAC. As the ball working toward midfield, taken away by the Lady Tigers as Khan's going to push it, or in fact, they'll push it up to McCrae. Now working toward the box, ball kicked back out as coming over, trying to chase it down as Taylor Campbell, the junior out of Robert Vela High School in Edinburgh, as they'll go in line and come over, and no problem there with the opportunity to pick that one up by the goalkeeper, Ella Charles. Charles, a former Lady Jaguar out of Flower Mound High School. As the ball pushed toward midfield, very light breeze here. Temperature working into the 60s as we move along during the course of the day. It will cloud up a little bit, but no threat of rain expected in the area for this matchup, and we should have another gorgeous day. A little bit warmer temperatures coming up on Sunday for the 2 title games. As the ball nearly taken away, Dallas trying to clear it there for Reyna as they work it out toward midfield. Nearly a handball there, but kept in. On the far side is McCrae trying to hold that one in. Looking for Khan on the far side as she'll work it toward the end line. Snyder, Bosco, and Khan, 3 of the 5 leading scorers in the conference on the season. Trinity coming in with 44 goals on the season. As the ball pushed to the far side of the box and controlled there by Charles. No save there as it went outside the right post. Coming up, our 2-3 matchup will follow as it'll be Texas Lutheran taking on Southwestern in our second semifinal coming up at approximately 2:30. As the ball working out toward midfield, a little bit of wind picking up across the field coming from the south to the north as it will swirl in the stadium. Just a beautiful facility here at SaberCat Stadium in Houston. Working far side, Trying to chase it down is Reyna. Goes out of play off of one of the Trinity Tigers. As I work it out toward midfield, controlled there defensively by Emma Everett. As I work it for you, Dallas, with the push. An opportunity, but taken away. Good defense getting back there. As you see, Aaron Heath, the sophomore midfielder out of Lake Jackson, Texas, and Brazos Wood High School. As pushed down the far side, Bailey Meyer cannot chase it down. Meyer, one of the 4 leading goal scorers for Trinity on the season. Lewis coming in with 10 goals against on the season. As ball pushed to the far side, and we'll have our first corner kick of the match.
Corner kick for the Tigers.
And so we'll see who they decide to try to go after here as I'll push it toward the top of the box. That ball curving away, the header into the box. It looked like Khan got a piece of that but could not get it out there with authority as Udall's trying to clear it quickly. As Courtney Fuqua has it taken away. Emma Everett's trying to control it on the end line, but goes out of play, and it'll be a goal kick coming up for the Lady Crusaders. Trinity in the white and burgundy. The dark brick red to our right-hand side as they work right to left here in the first half. On the other end, Udallas in the navy blue and white. Ball cleared back to Khan. Khan trying to control it. As she'll pass it far side, looking for the push, is Kyra Stafford. Stafford. Trying to get it in the penalty area there, but could not control it. Taken away by Udallas once again, and Udallas doing a good job right here, keeping the Lady Tigers at bay here in the early going. Have not given up a lot of scoring opportunities. We're 34-40 to play in the first half as McCray tries to chase it down. It'll be a throw-in coming up for the Lady Crusaders. As the ball pushed toward the near side of the box. Cleared away defensively by Trinity as they'll try to clear it out toward Khan. Khan will reset. On the back line defensively there is Campbell. Campbell trying to clear, but comes near side. She'll work it up near midfield. Now trying to chase it down. An opportunity now on the left-hand side, but that'll be offsides. And another turnover, the second of the match, against the Lady Tigers. Pass ball pushed away defensively by Trinity, trying to keep it in with the header is Zapata. As working it to clear is Trinity down the far side, trying to get a run out and taken away as Stafford trying to get it toward the box, knocked out of play, and it will be a throw-in coming up for Trinity. Ball clipped with the left foot, goes across the box. It'll be controlled by Trinity as they'll work it near side. Now they'll dump it back to Ilsa Newland, the sophomore out of St. Louis, Missouri. Ball cleared out toward midfield is coming over Isabella Reda, the sophomore midfielder out of Broomfield, Colorado. Into the box, ball loose, opportunity for Trinity, but cannot contain it. Now to work back out toward Everett's. Ball clipped into the box, and dangerous play right there by the UDallas goalkeeper right on the edge of that goal line, but no problem there on the save by Charles. As Charles looking to clear it, closing in on about 15 or 14 minutes into the match. As the ball working out toward midfield, McCray can't chase it down, but it's out of bounds and out of play off UDallas. Looking to turn it. Michaela Bosco, the former Lady Kangaroo out of Weatherford, Texas. Cleared near side, a throw in coming up for Trinity. As it'll be Campbell with the throw in. Looking to the edge of the box to Bosco. Bosco will give it back to Campbell. Campbell working toward the end line. Ball punched away. Good job by defense for UDallas to collapse on that one. They'll clear it out near midfield and to go out and play another throw in as Trinity beginning to flip the field here. As Newland with the throw in. Working toward the end line. That's going to be bounced back off of UDallas. Lady Crusaders trying to get some defensive space here on that back line as Seaman there defending. Clears it out once again, and they'll play very cautiously on that back end for UDallas. As the throw-in will come up the near side. Nearly taken away, and now taken away by Zapata. Zapata out of Trimble Tech High School in Fort Worth. That's working near side. Good job coming over to knock that out of play by Miriam Skinner. As Skinner pushing Zapata near side. Zapata, or in fact that is Bosco trying to get to the top of the box. Coming to the near side, dropping it to Campbell. Campbell's shot will go well wide of the mark and out of play. Only one shot on goal so far in the match by Trinity. And in fact, a second shot on goal earlier before the offsides was called that precipitated the offsides call. Ball cleared out toward midfield as Trinity trying to continue to put pressure on here as Williard, the freshman out of Austin, Texas. As it's taken away by UDallas, cleared out once again. Now with an opportunity with a run out is Skinner, the sophomore out of Irving, the local product for the Lady Crusaders. Cleared back to the goalkeeper as they'll run it back to Lauren Lewis. On the far side, UDallas will keep it in on that far sideline. As it's controlled. Back to Avery Seaman. Seaman coming near side, but defensively nobody there. Coming over for UDallas is taken away for the Lady Tigers, and a run out near side. Controlled out near midfield. It'll be a throw in coming up for Trinity as they'll quickly get it in by Newland. Trying to push it ahead, and Fuqua not battling that one out. It's going to go ahead and just punch it out of play. Substitutions coming in on the next dead ball for Dallas. As they'll work it to the end line to Bosco. Cleared out of play and another throw in, and you can see Fuqua just all over the field on that defensive end of the floor. Here as the ball turned by Campbell toward the box, loose across the crease, and goes out of play, and a corner kick coming up on the near side for Trinity. Second corner kick of the match
Gonna be a corner kick to the Tigers.
for the Lady Tigers.
Taking the kick for Trinity, number 27, Michaela Bosco.
So Bosco to put it in play near side. We'll put it toward the box. Briefly headed away, now cleared, but still controlled by Trinity. Now punched in. And coming over there, Seaman's going to punch it away briefly. Trying to get there, Claire Reed to defend. Reed, the junior out of Harlingen, Texas, the former Lady Cardinal. Ball lobbed toward the top of the box once again. Coming over, not able to get there is Everts. Punched up in the air. You don't want to get a handball and a penalty kick there, as that's going to be cleared up in the air. Still loose, and it goes off of, look like Trinity, and it'll be a goal kick coming up for the Lady Crusaders.
Substitution for the University of Dallas, checking in number 2, Haley Klein.
So Haley Klein checking into the match, the freshman out of Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Number 27, Brittany Zapata.
As Zapata substituting out. Throw in coming up from Dallas as they've dodged a couple of bullets here early from Trinity, and the longer they stay in this match, the more their confidence will grow against this juggernaut of a team out of Trinity. As the ball going out on the far side. As Klein will have the throw in. Coming to the edge of the box, looking for it looked like Copy cutting to the far side. Now trying to chase it defensively is Livia Lee. And in fact, that was Reed coming over defensively along with Andrea Copy. Throw in coming out toward midfield with Fuqua defending. Across Bosco with it. But taken away at midfield by Minkachi. Now Lee trying to push it forward. The junior out of Katy, Texas. Toward the goalkeeper. Lewis, no problem clearing it out. As Dallas trying to stretch the field here as Klein working left side. Pushes it down as Willard will come over to take it away. Pushing it out to Kahn. Kahn sidesteps the defender as she'll work it toward the top of the box. And uses that off arm to clear some space out. Now an opportunity for a shot here, and that's going to go well over the goalkeeper and out of play. And a goal kick coming up here for Trinity. And you'll see this with some teams that are dominant during the course of the season when they get in this tournament atmosphere and it tightens up a little bit. You can see them begin to get frustrated when the shots don't get to the points where they've had them on the field during the course of the regular season. So it's something we'll see how it plays itself out over the course of this match with the 1-4 matchup. As a worker toward midfield, headed away as Minkachi trying to hold it in and punched away there by Skinner. It'll be a throw in for Trinity. As working far side with it. They'll push it toward the box. Punched away by Charles. Kept in by Trinity. And coming over as the ball taken away. Circled out. And good job getting it out of harm's way defensively there by Copy. To the edge of the box once again. And the roll off the leg. Not a good opportunity there for Everett, as she couldn't get a lot on it for the fifth-year senior out of Fort Worth. As the ball cleared out toward midfield. As Trinity trying to reset here with Everett taking away. Now pushed to the back line. As Campbell loses possession on the far side. A throw in coming up for Dallas. Dallas navy and white. Trinity to white, the deep brick red. As the higher seed in the tournament. Out of playoff Dallas, a throw-in coming up here for Trinity. Match number 1 of 4 today as the first of 4 semifinals. We're under 21 minutes to play in the first half, still scoreless. As again, ball pushed up the left-hand side to Campbell. Campbell will rotate it back in the middle. To the far side, headed away briefly by Klein. As Dallas sending everybody back defensively here. 9, all 11 now on the other side of midfield with the push on the far side, looking to turn it in the box. And good job defensively there. Officials letting them get away with a little bit of physicality there as Stafford pointing to that far side official, asking for a call there that did not come. So the officials letting them have a little bit more latitude here in the early going of this one. As the ball worked toward the middle, cleared out by Lee. As turning it, Klein has some space left side. Now tries to get it toward the box, but will roll through the end line, and a goal kick coming up for the Trinity Lady Tigers. Trinity, founded in April of 1869, has had 3 different locations now settling into San Antonio, Texas. As the ball worked far side, Khan working it into the box, now in space. An opportunity there as I'll push it to Everett. A piece of it there by Dallas, headed toward the goal and in. As that ball just tantalizingly held in the air.
Trinity.
As Trinity able to capitalize on the pressure as Michaela Bosco gets her first of the tournament. The goal coming at the 19-minute mark of the first half. The assist, I'm not sure if Khan gets it or not, as Trinity is taking a 1-0 lead. We'll give Khan the assist right now on the first goal of the match.
A goal scored by number 27, Michaela Bosco. 19:10 remaining in the first half. Tigers 1, Crusaders 0.
So the Trinity Tigers have dented the scoreboard, and the scoreboard is gone. Now they've got back to 19:10. We went back to our original time there briefly. And now we'll see how aggressive Dallas will play this now down a goal. As we're back to play now and see Trinity, this is one of those momentum things where they can get something going here.
Substitution for the Crusaders, checking in number 18, Kim Esparza.
And we've had
Number
Kim
13,
Esparza
Courtney
in
Lee.
for the first
Number
time.
9, Kit Gibbons for number 14. Henry Seaman.
as also Kit Gibbons in. Esparza, the sophomore out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. And Gibbons, the sophomore out of Tomball, Texas. Trinity now, the push to the near side for Campbell. Campbell trying to work it into the box, and we continue to see Trinity with pressure here. Another corner kick coming up, their third of the match. Trinity continuing to apply pressure here with the 1-goal lead. And that ball just up in the air, and a good job winning the battle there by Bosco. As a ball across the middle, trying to hold it in as Everett's. Headed away briefly. Everett's trying to get there and keep it toward the edge of the box. Controlled by McCray, but pushed in, and a save there for Charles. 4 saves out of 5 attempts. Trinity, the goal at the 19-minute mark by Bosco, the junior out of Weatherford. Push from behind at midfield. It'll be a free kick coming up here for Dallas. As we'll see Esparza. And again, with the goal for Bosco, that is her 7th on the season that ties Snyder. Abby Snyder for the team lead. As Dallas looking to clear it. I'm sorry, Trinity looking to clear it. Out toward midfield. Dallas trying to hold it in on the offensive end. As they'll push it forward as Skinner not able to get there, as it will be a turnover against the Lady Crusaders. Taken away by Benkachi. Cleared on the far side and rolls through the the far sideline.
Substitution for the Crusaders, checking in number 22, Caitlin Klein.
So Caitlin Klein checking in. Sister of Haley Klein.
And for the Tigers, number 9, Emily Hayes. For number 18.
And the older of the two sisters. As working near side, McCray. In fact, new number in there as we see Emily Hayes in. The senior midfielder out of Allen High School. As the ball punched away. Allen, the largest high school in the state of Texas. And by a lot of numbers. Former Lady Eagle out there as Khan. Trying to hold that one in, top of the box, but lets it fall free away from the circle area. Now it goes out of play. A throw-in coming up here for Kyra Stafford. As quickly, Trinity in. Punch toward the top of the box. Pushed away by Reed, but held in by the Lady Tigers. Trying to chase it is Newland, and she'll have the throw in here. She'll quickly trying to find Hayes, but now slow down as a substitution will come in, as we'll see Malia Caesar, the freshman defender out of Portland, Oregon, in for the first time. And also checking in for Dallas, Nevaeh Coronado, the sophomore forward out of Clovis, New Mexico.
For the Crusaders, checking in number 8, Coronado. Number 23,
Ball headed toward the goalkeeper, no problem there on the save.
26
for Charles.
For number 22, Aaron Heath.
So officially we'll give the assist on the goal to Kyra Stafford. Clarification from the Trinity bench. Stafford, the last one to touch it, may have gotten a piece of it as it went up in the air. We saw Khan on the far side, the first one that put it up in the air. So a little bit hazy there inside the box. As Khan drops it to Stafford. Stafford trying to work it back toward the middle field. Will left foot it forward. But taken away there by Dallas, trying to get it forward to Reed. Trinity. Newland will come over to the near side with it to Hayes. As the ball pushed near side to Bosco. Bosco taken away, a throw in coming up for Trinity. Now's a substitution coming in. A couple for the Lady Tigers.
For the Crusaders, checking in number 7, Rachel Rodriguez. For number 11, Grace Reyna.
So Grace Reyna will leave as Rachel Rodriguez will check in for Dallas.
Number 8, Anna Khan.
Rodriguez, the senior midfielder out of Richardson, Texas. And for Trinity, Abby Snyder, the junior forward out of Albuquerque, checking in, along with Kayla Bovin. Bovin, the freshman defender out of Katy, Texas. And Bovin, the local product out of Katy Tompkins High School, the former Lady Falcon. As Esparza looking to clear it. Controlled at midfield by Darian Willard. As a collision and a player slow to get up for Trinity, but able to continue. Look like Emma Everts may have taken an inadvertent elbow to the stomach area and may have knocked the wind out of her briefly. As it's controlled by Caesar. Kept in by Trinity as they continue to try to put the pressure on and try to add to a 1-goal lead here. They scored at the 19-minute mark on the header by Bosco. Looking far side. Copy. Controlled toward the box. Good job defensively coming over by Caitlin Klein. Klein will clear it, but goes out of play and a throw-in coming up for Trinity. Quickly in as they'll find an opportunity at the edge of the box, and then rushing that play, Bosco, she was just trying to get it for an opportunity to get a corner kick, but it went out of play off of her right foot. Substitution coming in for Trinity as Madison Bergansky, the freshman midfielder out of Corpus Christi, Texas. Bergansky
Substitution for Trinity, checking
out of
number
Flower
19,
Bluff High School.
Madison Bergansky. Number 27, Caleb Bosco.
As Fuqua trying to clear it. As it goes off the body of Rodriguez, quickly thrown in by Trinity. Defended toward the top of the box by Gibbons. And it'll be a free kick coming up here as a push in the back called against Trinity, and will lead to a free kick there for Dallas. As running it up far side, Copy, who probably will be one of the players that will stay on the field for all 90 minutes here for Dallas in this one. Hayes working near side, trying to find Bergansky running down that near side. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Hayes and Trinity. As substitution coming in as Clara Richards will check in.
Substitution for Trinity, checking in number
The sophomore
15,
defender out of
Clara
Buffalo,
Richards.
New York.
Number 14, Emma Everts.
As we're under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Coming across with it is Caesar. Has it taken away. Dallas trying to chip it forward. As they'll work it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets it back, right side. As she'll run it down that right sideline, pushed out of play there. As good job with the physicality for Hayes to force the turnover. As we see Richards checking in for Everts. As Fuqua trying to control it. Ball loose at midfield. As running it up the far side is Bovin. Bovin looking into the box, but coming over to make the play is Ella Charles. As working forward with it, Dallas trying to get it toward the box. Defensively able to chase back and get there. It looked like it was Schneider. And one of the Lady Tigers hitting the deck. That looks like McCray back on that back line. Josephine McCray, the senior defender. As Newland looking to clear it. We're down to 7 minutes to play here in the first half. As Barganski working left-hand side. Good defense coming over to push that one away. And out of harm's way by Caitlin Klein. Corner kick coming up here for Emily Hayes. Hayes will put it far side. Good job to head it away there defensively. Like Klein, in fact, it was Caitlin Klein. Her sister wearing 2. She's wearing 22. As a throw in from Trinity. 6:15 clock continuing to roll here in the first half. We're here at SaberCat Stadium, home of the Houston SaberCats, Major League Rugby professional team here in the Houston area on the south side. As Trinity will hold it and drop it back to Newland. Newland will reset as they continue to walk the defenders up here, and Trinity trying to continue the offensive pressure as Williard coming back to Newland. Organski, near side, Hayes, into the box, nearly an inadvertent handball situation there as that ball got into the body of Kim Esparza, but able to draw the hand back before the call. Throw in coming up for Dallas is Fuqua. Headed forward toward the box as Abby Schneider. Trying to make something happen there as McCray can't control it. Ball headed away as a throw-in coming up for Dallas. We're under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Our first half of 4 semifinal matches in the women's and men's brackets. Turning with it, Berganski. Has space left side. Now she'll look toward the box. Nobody there as Hayes was a little bit tardy trying to chase that one down. McCray will hold it in. Turns it to Snyder. Snyder looking far side. As Bovin trying to make something happen. And another corner kick coming up here for the Lady Tigers. Their 4th of the match. In fact, that's number 5 here in the first half. Texas Lutheran Southwestern to follow this one. Scheduled for a 2:30 kickoff.
Taking the honors, number 9, Emily Hayes.
Under 4 minutes, clock continuing to roll as we wind down on a 1-goal lead for Trinity, but they have had a lot of pressure but have not been able to add to that 1-goal lead as it clears through far side, and the throw in coming up for Rachel Rodriguez. Push forward to Coronado. The sophomore out of New Mexico. Once again, another throw in for UDallas in the navy blue and white. Trinity, the dark brick red and white uniforms. And the all whites is a higher seed. Newland could not get there, so it goes out of play off of Trinity with 3:15 to play. And Trinity would love to avoid not giving up a UDallas goal late to try to knock this one up late in the first half. As the ball chipped forward, controlled easily there by Bailey Meyer, the former Lady Dragon out of South Lake Carroll High School. McCray at midfield, controlling it to Bovin. Bovin now working it toward the middle, but taken away by UDallas, by Gibbons. Now the give and go. Bergansky has space, covered up there as it rolls out, and I'll say offsides before the shot attempt. And that'll be the third offsides called against the Lady Tigers. Clock continuing to roll, 2:20 to play here in the first half. As the ball cleared out toward midfield. Once again, controlled by Trinity. And it rolls out of play, another throw in for UDallas on that far side. As Hayes defending on the far side. And Snyder coming up to help. As throwing coming up for UDallas. Clock winding, under 90 seconds to play here in half number one. As Newland works to Bovin. Bovin trying to find help. Now running Snyder. She's open. She'll lob it. And just over the crossbar and out of play as a collision there between Charles and Snyder. And Snyder just about a half a step from where she needed that to control it and get it around Charles, as we'll have a timeout called with 48 seconds left to play in the first half. We'll take that timeout here from Houston, as it is the Trinity Lady Tigers nursing a 1-0 lead over the UDallas Lady Crusaders back after this on the Cooper Sports Network. And back live here from Houston SaberCat Stadium. Injury for Charles cleared up, and so we'll go back to play here as we'll get set to, I'm not sure what the situation here is. They're going to give a corner kick to Trinity. As that ball looked like it clearly, they're going to say Charles was the last one to touch it. And so that caused a deflection. So give Charles the save there on the shot. And that will be her 6th save of the match against 7 shots. As Hayes coming across to the top of the box to Caesar. Caesar trying to control it, using the body to try to clear some space. Shot taken. Charles there. Snyder trying to get the rebound but can't come up with it. And a good save there by Ella Charles. Snyder trying to vulture a deflection there but could not come away with it. We're down to 25 seconds left to play in the first half. As Bergansky leaving it for Snyder. Snyder with the right foot. Charles, no problem there on the save. 3 saves in the last 4 opportunities there.
10,
And Charles, no
9,
hurry here to put this back in
8,
play.
7,
As she will
6,
control it and put it
5,
in the air as the
4,
clock will wind
3,
down to close
2,
out the first half
1.
here from Houston. And we'll take a timeout live here from SaberCat Stadium. And semifinal number
And we
1, it's the
are
number
at
1
the
seed,
Your score,
the Trinity Lady
1.
Tigers, with a 1-0-0 lead over the UDallas number 4 seed Lady Crusaders. Coming back live after this on Coopersports.net. gorgeous afternoon for our first semifinal between UDallas and Trinity. I'm pleased to be joined by my broadcast partner, Kyle Nickel. And first of all, when you look at this tournament coming in, and we've talked about this, the nomination by Trinity coming in 21-1 in the overall history of this tournament. And this goes, I think, all the way back to 2006, and then their history before that in the SCAC. And I think that you look at the way that Trinity comes into this tournament and plays so well, just getting that goal out there sort of gives them the calming effect. And I think it even makes them more hyper-aggressive to try to add to it.
Right, of course, Michaela Bosco, who scored the goal in the 19th minute, is one of the leading scorers for this Trinity team. And you look at the defensively, so far, Trinity's not allowed a shot on goal from the UDallas Crusaders. So their defense, that back line, playing very, very well and keeping this UDallas team from being able to get attempts at the goal here.
And that's the thing. They're not going to give Trinity, or Trinity's not going to give UDallas the opportunity to be able to get easy looks. So they're going to have either something fall into play for them, a strange goal situation, or they're going to have to create something that you don't expect Trinity to give up.
Maybe a set piece, like a goal, like a free kick or corner kick, something off of that can perhaps off a rebound lead to something.
And you look at the first half numbers. You've only seen UDallas with 6% of time in their attacking direction in the goal area, and that's just not going to give you an opportunity to score a lot of goals.
Right, it's one other.
Or in fact, it's 2% for UDallas. It's 6% defensively on the other end so a 94% defensive efficiency for Trinity on the other end. They're doing really good.
Well, I tell you, Trinity's playing downhill. They're playing in the attacking zone, and you're right. UDallas cannot come back in this matchup if they're not able to create opportunities in the offensive, in the attacking third.
And you look at the other side with Trinity, they want to try to probably get a goal early here in the second half to try to get themselves a little bit of a cushion, because one goal is not a lot when you talk about these tournament situations. You can have a match swing very quickly on some kind of an odd goal, some kind of a situation where an injury may happen, a strange red card could happen. Anything like that could change the momentum of the game.
Well, we talked about, you get a set piece, a foul, and something accidental could happen, and you end up in a 1-1 draw. I'm sure Trinity talked about at halftime is let's go out and just get that second goal and give ourselves a little bit more of a cushion.
And as we look at this one right now, UDallas will be going the other way. Not really a lot of wind out there on the perfect conditions. If you're going to have a soccer tournament, this is the type of day you'd love to have.
Yeah, we're talking about temperatures in the upper 60s, very little wind. Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous out there. Like you said, just ideal conditions to really play any outdoor sport, much less soccer.
And as we look forward to this second half, it will be Trinity that will control it at midfield, as it will be the aforementioned Bosco. The assist, we had to credit the bench with giving the assist to Kyra Stafford. We initially thought it was Kahn that put the ball up in the air on the header, but it was Stafford that led to the goal. Remind you, coming up, match number 2 of the semifinals, the 2-3 matchup. It'll be Texas Lutheran taking on Southwestern.
And Trey here early showing a 4-2-3 look.
As we get set for this second half, Trinity in the white, the deep brick red, and the red trim. As it's
5 attackers here early, with the 2 midfielders and 3 of the backs.
And I think UDallas is going to take some chances. They're going
to have to.
This is going to be something you're going to see, maybe some free opportunities with some players running out for Trinity. This could get ugly quickly on the other way if UDallas turns this thing into an offensive end of the field where they've not had a lot of possessions. Ball taken away by UDallas. Now pushed to the far side, as controlling it is Brittany Zapata back in after halftime. Controlled on the far side. Zapata trying to keep it in as it rolls out of play, and a throw-in coming up for Trinity. Trinity out of San Antonio, Texas. UDallas out of Irving in the Dallas area. Ball controlled as it's taken away by Claire Reed. Reed as the ball pushed out of play, so an opportunity offensively here for UDallas.
And Dallas here in the attacking third, get the throw in.
As they go toward the edge of the box, controlled toward the end line, rolls out of play, and the first corner kick of the match.
We talked about a set-piece opportunity here with this corner kick, and we'll see if they can get something here on frame to try to at least scare Trinity here in terms of putting it in the back of the net.
This is the first maintained offensive possession so far for UDallas as they'll push it in far side. UDallas in the navy blue and whites. As the ball pushed toward the box, high up in the air, across the crease, held in by Coronado. Now punched away. So it'll go toward the end line and trying to chase it down. And that ball's going to go out of play. And it's going to be a corner kick on the near side for UDallas.
Yeah, a little bit of mistake there by Trinity. Another corner kick opportunity. I think they could let that ball go, and it would have been a goal kick for Trinity.
So it'll be Kim Esparza, the sophomore out of Las Cruces, to put it in play.
We talked about UDallas is going to be a little bit more aggressive. They've come out here and they are finding ways to get into the attacking third here. We'll see if they take advantage of this corner kick.
Ball put into the crease, headed away, kept in, but that shot's going to go over the crossbar and out of play. You had a look at it there by Menkachi, but could not control it.
And see the UDallas bench still very, very active in this matchup.
Looking at some of the first half numbers with Trinity with the 1-goal lead. Trinity coming in 7-0-0 and 10-4-2 overall. UDallas 6-9-1 overall in the season, but a respectable 4-3-0 in conference play.
Good takeaway there by Dallas.
Esparza lobbing it into the box, but nobody there for UDallas, trying to chase it, and now cleared out of play. And Trinity now beginning to play a little bit more defensively here as UDallas putting on a lot more pressure.
They're pushing those midfielders up and now trying to
as the ball controlled toward the box.
Put the pressure here on Trinity.
Trying to chase it, Zapata. And I think you're seeing a sense of urgency here from UDallas that we didn't see in the first half. As the ball controlled by Trinity, punched away, and it'll be another throw in by UDallas. And that number has completely flipped the second half that we saw in the first half.
Well, giving up that goal midway through the first half kind of focuses the mind a little bit. And they say, I'm sure UDallas talked about it at halftime. We had to be more aggressive in terms of trying to get opportunities in the offensive end, but of course that could lead for Trinity some counterattacking opportunities.
And you're looking at a Trinity team that gave up 1 goal during the course of conference play.
Yeah, they are.
So they have been very efficient defensively.
They are far and away the best defensive squad in this league. That's why they ended up as the league champion.
As a throw in coming up toward midfield, Khan trying to turn it. Looking far side as UDallas. A lot of hand fighting there as Bosco trying to battle for it. Controlled back line by Brittany Meyer. As they work it toward midfield, turning it is Emma Everett. Everett will reset it. Out toward midfield and controlled by the Lady Crusaders.
Now Trinity trying to attack.
As they'll work it out at midfield.
And ball kicked out of bounds, so throw here for Trinity as they are now trying to get into the attacking third. And they would love to add a insurance goal right here to make it a two-goal lead.
Yeah, just the cushion of having the 2-goal lead instead of the 1-goal lead is just hyper important in a tournament situation because you don't want to get yourself into a potential overtime shootout situation.
Good job marking there by Aaron Heath, but not able to control it.
As working across with it.
Everts
to the edge of the box. Shot and goal. Everett's just a great individual move right there to be able to get that over the outstretched arm of the goalkeeper, Ella Charles.
Yeah, left-footed boot right there by Everts, and she just put the right amount of height on that kick to get it over the goalkeeper. And that's an all-important second goal now for Trinity.
And you look at that goal right there at the 30 or 40-minute mark of the second half, and what that does, it gives them breathing room and the ability. All the work that UDallas did on the other end right there just went out the door.
And now there's even more desperation time here for the Crusaders as they are going to have to really try to get uber aggressive. Again, that could lead to counterattacking opportunities for Trinity, but that is obviously a huge second goal to put a little bigger gap here between themselves and UDallas.
We'll see who gets the assist on the play there. We know that Everett's got the goal.
I'm not sure there was an assist on the play, but we'll see if they...
Yeah, Everett did a lot of controlling that all the way down the field herself. As Bosco looking to clear, or they'll work it toward Khan. Khan can't get there as it rolls out of play off of UDallas. And here's the pressure once again by Trinity very quickly turning this game around. As a throw in coming up.
Stafford.
Stafford will come near side out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Trinity working it from left to right here in the second half. Planes coming over, flying into Hobby Airport here on the south side of Houston.
Tigers score by number 14, Emma Everts.
Yep. That was almost a handball there by Everts to hold that ball in.
39:45 remaining in the second half.
As the ball cleared near side and out of play, it'll be a throw in for UDallas, and UDallas just has to try to move this field position down and gain some space here and try to get the offensive momentum back.
Got up to a good start here in the second half, but Trinity has snatched the momentum back.
Esparza trying to clear it forward. Ball loose in the middle of the field, controlled by UDallas with space, trying to get into the box and punched away there defensively, coming on the back line by Newland. Out toward Bosco at midfield, but controlled. Far side is Khan trying to get there. Now back to Bosco, cleared.
Bosco trying to use her strength to keep that defender away from the ball.
As a worker toward midfield, trying to find Everts pushing forward. Now held in there by Menkachi. On the far side, chasing and just punching it out of play. Newland not taking a chance there on that far side. UDallas in the navy and white pushing it to our left-hand side. As I work toward the end line. Ball pushed out to Bosco. Bosco with space, now holding it up, trying to get help here. Has the opportunity coming for Stafford. Stafford will leave it for Khan. Khan trying to chase it right side as she'll look to the edge of the box. Now reverses with the left foot. Help coming across, but a good job defensively clearing it out there by the Lady Crusaders. As coming over to get a piece of it was Kim Esparza. And that ball rolling on the far side, held in by Trinity. And that ball harmlessly in there, pushed away by Copy.
A nice header there to keep the ball in the offensive side of midfield.
As Copy trying to turn it with some help, but Menkachi can't get there, but still controlled forward by UDallas. As I work it back to Copy, now taken away far side by McCray.
Some contact there on the far end, but no whistle.
They have let them play. They have given them the opportunity to control the pace out there on the field. Really not a lot of slowdowns by the officials.
And we have not had a foul called here in the second half.
As the ball pushed across to Williard. Coming near side, Stafford will push it up. Now ahead,
There's
Bosco.
Yeah.
Working toward the edge of the box, one-on-one now, looking for space, left footer, and that shot was on goal, but just high of the mark.
Yeah, Bosco with the opportunity there with a little bit of space, got off that left-footed kick, but just a little bit over the crossbar. Good attempt right there, and that would have really salted this thing away from Trinity.
And the one thing Trinity has when you look at it, you've got Snyder, you've got Bosco, and you've got the opportunity there with a Stafford that can create some space, and they have Everett. 4 players that can create their own identity out there and make their own plays for themselves. As the ball controlled as Everett hits the deck.
And I think we finally had our first whistle for a foul. Free kick here for Trinity.
So free kick coming just in about 15 yards inside of midfield. 35-30 to play in half number 2 of our opening match, semifinal number 1.
Like Trinity's going to make a substitution, get some fresh legs on the field.
As the ball lobbed toward the box. Khan trying to get there, has space. Now they'll call the offsides, and it'll be a turnover against the Lady Tigers. Fourth offsides of the match against Trinity.
Got under 35 minutes left to go here in the second half.
As the ball out toward midfield, held in by McCray.
Still time here for UDallas, but it's slowly beginning to tick away.
Well, you're playing a team that's given up 1 goal totally in conference play, and you got to think of 7 matches at 90 minutes. So we're looking at 630 minutes of play.
That defense is a tough nut to crack.
And they're trying to do something that would happen twice in the span of 90 minutes.
Great takeaway
Or
right
45
there.
minutes.
Good challenge and takeaway.
And pushing it far side is Campbell. Campbell, the junior out of Edinburgh, Robert Bailiff, former SaberCat.
Well, he's playing in SaberCat Stadium. Why not?
A lot of Houston influence on both these teams. Players from the Katy area and South Houston.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the Katy area in particular, Seven Lakes has been a great program over the years. Cinco
Tompkins
Ranch.
beginning to come on
Tompkins,
strong.
absolutely Tompkins. And Jordan is also the newest school is becoming a force as well.
And you look at the Fort Bend schools, and including the Fulshire area.
Ridge Point.
Ridge Point's got several players dotted all over this conference.
Yeah, Ridge Point's got one of the best overall athletic programs. Has a chance here for Bosco.
Has Bosco trying to chase that one down, but Charles able to come over and make the play. And you look at the Houston area, and specifically teams that have grown so well. College Station High School, that basically took a little bit away from college, or A&M Consolidated. They have been just a bell cow program like we've seen from Fort Bend Ridge Point. That shot's going to go wide of the mark.
Another left footer there by Bosco.
Bosco just lurking around the top of that box and just able to fire that one up, as the substitution coming in will be number 9.
Emily Hayes out of
Hayes,
Allen.
Hayes will check back in, the former Lady Eagle.
Check in number 9.
As she will check in for Taylor Campbell.
Campbell's made some
Number
nice defensive
18,
plays, but now
Taylor
she'll
Campbell.
get a rest here as Hayes checking into the match.
Well, the weather will not strain a lot of players today. It's just a perfect afternoon for soccer, and we'll get into the 50s during the men's actions later this afternoon. Ball headed forward as Heath trying to hold it in to find Bosco. Can't make the connection there. As rotating with it is Copy. Back tap there and losing control. Not a good effort there as Esparza not able to control it. Bosco trying to hold it in. Now a collapse by 5 UDallas players. Now pushing it forward. The ball gets through McCray at midfield. And now Newland trying to hold that one in. As Newland's going to chase us now, one of the better defenders on the back line in this conference. And looks like a push from behind. It's going to be a free kick coming up for the Lady Tigers.
We've gone under 32 minutes left, so again,
Clock winding.
still time here, but we talked about Trinity's defense has been so stellar during the course of the season. It seems like a very big mountain to climb here for the University of Dallas.
Well, I don't think the team that can be the one that can stress Trinity as a hyper-aggressive team, but I think it's a team that will be very organized and match up with them position by position.
And the loneliest player on the field is Lauren Lewis, the goaltender for Trinity. She's out
She's
beyond the
moved up.
box.
She's
She's
not
not
getting
getting
the opinion out here.
In fact, she does not had a shot on goal in the match by UDallas, so we're going to have a corner kick here for Trinity.
So this will be the 5th corner kick for Trinity in the matchup, first of the second half. As it'll be Bosco pushing it across, headed toward the goal mouth, trying to find Khan there as the ball tantalizingly up in the air again, held in by the Lady Tigers. Khan still with it, back taps it over. Charles, good job making the play there defensively.
Yeah, ready very quickly. If she had let that ball go, it probably would have been goal number 3.
Her 3rd save in 4 attempts here in the second half. And she's made 11 saves in the match overall out of 13 attempts.
A nice job in goal. That shot by Bosco, though, or by Everest, was just so good. As we're going to have a substitution now for Dallas. As
Substitution for the
Olivia
University
Lee
of
is going
Dallas.
to check in out of, talking about
Check in number
Tompkins, out of
13.
Katy Tompkins, Olivia Lee.
Olivia Lee.
And Reese Wallace checking in for the first time, the senior midfielder out of Oak Park, California.
Number 9, Kit Gibbons.
As Gibbons will check out for UDallas.
In for Trinity, number 7, Reese Wallace. Number 16, Wilson Newland.
As the ball controlled near midfield.
Newland checking out of the match.
Dump back to Meyer. Newland has gone the distance so far heading into the second half, so a chance to give her a breather, because you got to think ahead with the 2-goal lead, and your expectation is to maintain this lead and a possible win here. You want to start getting some bodies out there to get ready for that matchup coming up less than 48 hours away. Still work to be done here for Trinity, but they have been just so dominant. 21-1, and one tie that was an overtime shootout win for them.
And the thing I notice about Trinity, especially some of their defenders, how strong they are. It's like running into a brick wall. So opportunity here. That's going to rebound off of the player for.
And Udall's trying to control it, but it goes off the end line and out of play.
And then Kachi trying to get to that one. Looks like we're going to have another substitution here for Dallas. It's going to be Avery Seaman.
So Seaman will check back in.
Forward out of Euless Trinity High School.
Out of Bedford, Texas. Hometown, the HEB area out between Fort Worth, closer to Fort Worth than it is the Dallas area, between Arlington and Fort Worth.
And checking out, it would be, or 22, 27 actually, Brittany Zapata checking out.
Zapata has gone the distance in this one to this point, as working it forward is Bailey Meyer.
27.
Meyer looking to clear, has Stafford on the right side, but can't find her. Now looking to connect with her near side. Again, Trinity very disciplined in their attacking style, as Bosco will leave it for Kahn. Kahn trying to work it back with the left foot, pushes it toward the goal, and that would have been by the goalkeeper, but just goes left of the mark.
Just outside of that far post. Good effort there from Kahn.
Yeah,
again,
Charles had no chance to get to that one. It had been turned in a little bit more toward the goal. Natural surface here at Sabercat Stadium, just a gorgeous facility, and they have done a great job setting up for this tournament here. As working far side, ball by Hayes toward the box, but cleared out. Hayes will hold it in.
Trying to find Bosco there in the scoring area.
Now pushing it back out to McCray. McCray trying to turn it, pushing it to the top of the box, trying to find Stafford. Stafford will chase it, has the defender on her hip. Now looks to turn it, as she'll bring it back out, as she'll give it up to Williard. Williard trying to ward off the defender with the left foot.
I'm surprised the foul wouldn't call. It was a little bit of a push.
Klein trying to help defensively there, as McCray trying to come over. Kahn could not get there and cleared forward, and a push in the back's called on Kahn.
And so I finally did blow the whistle on Trinity, so free kick here for the Crusaders.
As the ball cleared out toward midfield, and a hold there is going to be a chance for Udalls to set up a set piece here. As they work with the free kick.
Trying to push some numbers forward. Trinity back, you have 7 players back here, so.
And give a lot of credit to our officiating crew today. It's been no nonsense. They have kept the nose to the grindstone here to keep this game moving along. As the ball pushed toward the top of the box. Touched away there by Everts.
Good shot by Bosco there to control the ball back for her team.
As the ball working to Stafford.
That's Bosco on a run here.
Bosco with the run out right side, trying to free herself up with the left foot. Now turning it, shooting it, and just over the top, top shelf. That would have gone in.
That is with the dangerous left foot there of Michaela Bosco.
And she's like a player in basketball that gets to a point on the floor where she's very comfortable. She knows exactly what she wants to get out of that shot right there. Got exactly where she wanted with the left foot and put it exactly where she wanted to.
Trinity. Checking in number 26.
As we'll see, checking in Malia Caesar in.
At a Sunset High School in Portland, Oregon. Aside from the Northwest. Dallas also making a substitution here.
And for the University of Dallas, number 7, Rachel Rodriguez.
And Rachel Rodriguez out of
21.
Richardson, Texas.
And she is returning. Rodriguez out of a homeschooler out of Richardson. As Everts will turn it. Coming away with it is Williard. Now near side Stafford trying to push it forward as she'll work it right side. Chasing, trying to get past Copy defensively there as it works over the head of Klein near side. You can see the aggressiveness down in the corner there of Everett trying to keep that in possession.
Another throw in here for Trinity.
So they'll have
Bosco,
a throw in near side. And that clears through the end line.
Yeah, goal kick.
Down to 24:40 to play second half. Trinity in control of this one as the 1 seed.
As Dallas beginning a sense their season coming to an end here.
As the ball cleared out. Touched up there by Caesar, but can't keep it in control. As Seaman clearing far side. Now chasing it is Wallace. And Wallace will let that roll out of play with the throw-in coming up for the Lady Tigers. Quickly into McCray. McCray with the run out left side. Has space as she finds Kahn. Kahn with speed. Has it with the left foot. Now we'll try to turn it toward the box in the dangerous area. Now Kahn will use that bigger body to leave it for McCray. The shot taken over the corner. And another missed opportunity there for Trinity to add this lead.
Again, they get it on frame, but a little bit over the crossbar.
They have had 3 near misses in this second half that very easily could have turned into
Checking in for
goals.
the University of
Miriam
Dallas,
Skinner
number
back into the
23,
match.
Miriam Skinner.
As we'll
Number 8,
see Coronado
Coronado.
checking back out.
Skinner, one of the midfielders for this University of Dallas team.
Dallas out of the Irving area. North of Dallas. And Trinity located in the heart of, I think they're off the west side of downtown San Antonio. As that ball into the box and coming over Charles, no problem there.
Trying to get to Bosco, but was tipped away by one of the defenders. Nicely done there. Keep Trinity from getting an opportunity there.
As the ball kept in and controlled by Everett's there, but taken away by Dallas, but not able to hold it, is Skinner at midfield.
Well, they just cannot maintain position. Trinity is so tough defensively.
Skinner, the local product out of Irving, Texas.
Good job getting some space here by Trinity.
A Great Hearts Academy in Irving. And you'll see a lot of private school players playing at the Division III level.
That's great hustle by Stafford to keep that in play.
As across to Charles, last minute lunch as Bosco was lurking there close to that one.
Charles did a nice job preventing a couple more insurance goals for Trinity, trying to keep her team in this matchup.
Clock winding down to 22 minutes to play here in the first half, or second half.
Throw here for Trinity on the far side.
As will quickly get it into Bosco. She'll reset it. Ahead. Looking for Hayes. Hayes trying to turn it to Bosco. Bosco trying to work to the end line with the left foot. Tries to leave it for Hayes, but nobody there as they tried to come across to Caesar. Now Wallace trying to hold it in. As Fuqua will clear it. Back to midfield. No problem there for Everts to hold it. As she'll drop it off to Williard, who has played basically midfield instead of defender for the most of this. Looking at some of the games, this is the early one on the schedule with Trinity taking on Dallas.
Grace Rayner.
Substitution for the Tigers, checking in number 4, Abby Schneider for number 8.
Salisbury will take on UCSC. Lawrence will take on Grin.
Abby Schneider into the match now for Trinity, number 4.
For University of Dallas, number 11, Grace Reyna.
Grace Rayner out of
Number
Reedy
19.
High School in Frisco into the match
Andrea
for
Colby.
Dallas.
And Grinnell. That's going to be a 2 o'clock matchup as we'll go down through the scoreboard as we move along. That'll be a 2:30 matchup later here between Southwestern and Texas Lutheran. As Texas Lutheran will be the higher seed.
As both Coach Stinson and Coach Harrison trying to keep fresh bodies on the field here.
We're down to 20 minutes to play in this first semifinal, this 1-4 matchup in the women's bracket. Checking in will be Caitlin
Checking in for the
Mungia.
Crusaders, number 24, Caitlin Mungia.
Gia out of
Number 18, Kim
Boca,
Sparks.
California, but played high school at St. John's, St. John's 23.
Yeah, Temecula, I
which-
think, is outside of L.A.
Yeah, but I think he played high school soccer in Houston.
Right. And that's St. John's out of Katy, Texas. As the ball cleared and controlled. Trying to chase it down as Schneider could not get there.
Now the Boss School in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
As the ball headed away, Dallas trying to find something, and as Schneider hits the deck and a push from behind, looked like that's going to be called on Grace Reyna out of Frisco Reedy.
Yeah, trying to find Bosco here in some space.
A couple of players from Reedy on this Dallas team.
Yeah, Frisco, another one of those areas with some great soccer. Wakeland's girls program has been dominant or won a couple of state titles.
But you got South Lake Carroll going over toward the Fort Worth area, north of Fort Worth. That's been really, really good. Keller, very, very good program in their own right, the Lady Indians. And then you look across the Dallas area, it's just been, obviously Highland Park has a very good soccer program up there too.
Allen as well.
Well, they just have size numbers. They can just pick off some soccer players.
Yeah, they'll throw,
over
they'll throw
7,000 students.
Throw a lot of bodies at you.
7,000 students will allow you to have very good programs across the board. And still no movement to ever open up a second school in Allen. They just expand the campus.
It's up to them whether they want to do a second school or not. So.
But you talk about the largest campus in the state of Texas. Back tap on the near side by Hayes. Dropping it off to Abby Schneider. Now cleared out. Brittany Zapata. Now coming out near side. No chance there to chase it down by Skinner. As we look through some of the scoreboard, Washington and Lee taking on Lynchburg. And we'll get you some of the conference affiliations as we move through this. Ithaca taking on RIT.
Skinner took a shot there. She's a little slow to get up. In fact, that was Zapata who was on the ground there for a minute. Fortunately, she's back on her feet. Appears to be okay.
In the American Southwest Conference, they will start their tournament tomorrow with a 6 o'clock matchup between Hardin Simmons and Mary Hardin Baylor. And in fact, they played yesterday in their semifinals. It was Hardin Simmons taking out Howard Payne in a 4-0 score, and Mary Hardin Baylor 2-1 over McMurray.
Look like they're going to force Zapata to exit the match. I wonder if there's any concern about a potential concussion here.
They had to stop play there with the head-to-head contact.
I did not see exactly what happened there, but and she's questioning why she had to come off the field. So
it's just a safety protocol now. That is almost automatic if there's any contact to the head and neck area, either by the field or by another player. She's going to come back in quickly.
Apparently they're satisfied that she does not have a concussion, so she will be able to check back in here at the next opportunity.
As a throw-in coming up for Trinity as we're back to play here. Clock hadn't started rolling yet. As I get it to Schneider in the box, she's trying to chase it through the end line and still hasn't started rolling the clock. Still holding at 17-15 here. And they decided we need to play some extra time here. Substitutions coming in. This clock should be down below 17 minutes.
Right.
Now they'll start to roll it.
Now we go.
And they need to modify it. Probably they let 45 seconds go.
At least 30 to 40 seconds.
Checking in number 24. Caleb Oven, number 19. Madison Bragansky, number 15.
Madison Bragansky will check in.
Richards, number 21.
Out of Flower Bluff High School in the Corpus Christi area.
Number 27.
Again, more fresh bodies here for Coach Dylan Harrison and the Trinity Tigers.
And another player down. I didn't even see what happened to the UDallas player on the far side. As we'll have, they should run this clock down about another 30 seconds and get down to what the number should be, about 16:20. As we'll take a break, come back live here from Houston. Back after this on Cooper Sports.
Cheer hard. the SCAC.
Larry Gibberlong, Kyle Nickel back live here from Sabercat Stadium on the south side of Houston, Texas, as player being helped off the field here. It'll be number 13, Livia Lee, a local product out of Katy Tompkins High School.
Yeah, it's unfortunate
Checking out.
having to be carried also. I'm not going to speculate on the injury, but it's just unfortunate to see that in what will be the final match of the year for the Crusaders.
16:46 to play, second half.
You can see the obvious, there's obvious pain on that young lady's face. That's a very, looks like a pretty serious injury. Hopefully it's not too bad. But all appearances look like it's
as the ball back in
pretty
play.
severe.
New substitution coming in for Trinity as Maya Azemi checking in.
We'll get a throw in here for Trinity.
Azemi, one of the leading shot takers for the Lady Tigers. 24 shots, tied with Stafford on the season. Nowhere near Bosco and Khan. They just have dominated. They've doubled those numbers at 48 and 45 respectively. As far side with it, trying to control it, is Courtney Fuqua. As a defender out of Keller High School, will have to throw in. We're under 16 minutes to play in semifinal number 1. So the ASC playing their semifinals on Thursday and Saturday, their championship Saturday.
And Minkachi will check back in.
Substitution for the Crusaders, checking in number
Minkachi
21.
back in as checking out.
Mangia will,
Minkachi for number
As
21.
Mangia back out.
of course, in high school and college soccer, you can return to the match. That is not the case in international
Once you're out,
football.
you're done.
Yeah.
As the ball cleared toward midfield. UDallas would love to get something on the board here just to try to put some pressure on the Lady Tigers. Talk about a school that was founded in 1869, has had 3 different homes settling into San Antonio.
Yeah, Lewis finally getting to touch the ball there. Not a shot attempt.
I think that is her first or second clear that she's had as a goalkeeper in this match. The opportunities for the Lady Crusaders have been few and far between. Coming up next, TLU, the 2 seed, against the 3 seed Southwestern.
Well, Dallas came out of the halftime break in aggressive mode first 2 or 3 minutes, but once Trinity got
Goal number 2, it changed the whole momentum.
Possession of the ball, they were able to go down and get that second goal. It's basically all Trinity ever since.
As working toward midfield, pushing it forward as Ozemi. Trying to get there with Schneider, but outstretched past her leg. As I work it near side, we see Zapata back in there, so glad to see she's okay. As I'll try to work it right side to, or left side to Skinner, can't chase it down, as Wallace will have the throw in. Trinity looking for a date at 11 a.m. Sunday morning. Trying to punch their ticket to another SCAC championship game. As we see Richards back on the field, the sophomore out of Buffalo, New York. And a lot of substitutions in there for Trinity right now as they'll come across to Ozemi. Working it right side is trying to chase it down as Bovin, who's checked back in.
Another graduate of Tompkins High School.
And the ball throw in coming up for the Lady Tigers in the white and deep brick red.
A lot of the main players have now getting a rest on the bench here for the final 15 minutes or so.
Now you're buying time for Sunday now. Don't want to risk an injury situation late in this match. Ball coming across. No chance to back tap that one in there for Trinity as it comes across the crease. Is trying to chase it down. Wallace on the far side. They'll touch it near side. Zapata getting there. Wallace coming over to defend her. Can't control it. Go in for Trinity here. Down to 12:40 to play second half. A pass intended for Richards, but intercepted briefly on the backside there by Reed. Pinball action coming off to Zapata. She'll work it up left side with space. Now tries to reverse back toward the middle of the field. Zapata will drop it to Reed. Reed into the box. Cleared out, and a throw-in coming up for Dallas.
They're going to throw as many numbers forward here as they can. They only have really 2 players back here at the midfield. Everybody else is forward now for Dallas as they desperately want to try to get on the board here to try to make this a match.
As Richards trying to control it. Last touch there by Dallas as Skinner could not get there. It'll be a throw-in coming up for Reese Wallace. As ahead, looking for the run out is Bergansky. Bergansky leaves it right side for Schneider. Schneider trying to work it to the box with the right foot toward the end line and coming across, no problem there. A nice shot, but Charles up to the task.
Going to get a crossing feed right there, but Charles read that one very nicely.
Inadvertent handball there. Free kick coming up for Dallas. Clock winding under 11 minutes to play here in the second half.
Andrew Copy getting ready to check back in as Coach Lexi Stinson trying to get more fresh and more attacking players back on the field here to try to, again, get something going offensively down 2-0.
And out of the roughly 80 minutes we've played so far, if you could say a team has really dominated in a 2-0 score right now, just the field position and the time of possession for Trinity.
Defensively, they just give you no space.
They smother every attack quickly. As walking it up right side is Bovin toward the box, and no problem coming over for Charles. She's been active in this one.
Just trying to get to
with 13 saves.
Trying to find Ozemi there in the box, but a little bit long on that pass. Right now, it looks like Trinity's prepared to punch their ticket to Sunday's championship game.
Working down to 10 minutes to play here in the second half.
Still a little work to do here, but we've seen no signs that Dallas could put 2 goals on the board here against this stifling defense for the Trinity Tigers.
Yeah, no cracks in the armor there for the Lady Tigers.
Nice little touch play by Zapata, but again,
Far side as Hayes will get there.
able to clear it out of there.
And a throw-in coming up as Rodriguez let that one go out of play for the throw-in for Dallas.
Again, try to push as many numbers forward as we'll have both Valdez and Copy checking back in here for
Elise Valdez in for the first time, the senior out of Helotes, Texas and San Antonio.
Substitution for the University of Dallas, checking in number
Geneva
6,
School
Elise
of Marine.
Valdez. Along with number
And Copy
19,
checking back in out of
Andrea
Keller.
Logan. For number
played
11,
high school ball at Byron Nelson,
Grace
another
Reno.
school that's really come on,
Number
really
3,
in all athletic, especially here in football. They
Courtney
just
Cuba.
knocked off South Lake Carroll a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that trophy club area on the west side and
Yeah,
north of Fort
yeah, it is
Worth.
growing.
Not, as I shot, that was a good look and almost a handball situation. It's going to be a corner kick.
Yeah, that would have been a penalty kick opportunity. had they been-
Seaman found herself wide open in the box and fired that one out. And that's the first time we've seen Lewis have to really make any kind of a move defensively.
Yeah, good job by Dallas putting some pressure on here. Now they'll get the opportunity for the corner kick.
There is time still, 8:45 clock moving, but they need to hustle it up here because you do have to get 2 goals here. But first things first, trying to put one in the net against this impenetrable
corner
defense
kick
by
for the
Trinity.
Crusaders.
Looks like Reed on the far side is going to.
Reed will put it in play toward the box. Low liner there, punched away. It'll be held in by Dallas, and now headed away by Snyder. Now reversed as Seaman. Ball cleared out toward midfield and controlled there by Valdez, but out of play, and there goes your field position right there that quickly as Trinity has turned this completely around.
Yeah, you wonder that may have been Dallas's last best shot at putting a goal on the board here.
Well, the Seaman shot specifically, it was a little bit surprising that she got that wide open in the box with the ability to be able to take that shot. May have surprised her too.
Like they're trying to find Zapata. That's a nice job, nice challenge right there. Not able to keep the ball.
Yeah, you had defensively there Richards coming over. Now looking for the crossovers, Copy. Back to the middle of field as she'll drop it to Gibbons. Gibbons looking far side to Reed. Reed trying to push it up. Ahead to Rodriguez. Rodriguez losing the possession. And controlling it far side is Sela Havens, who's checked in.
He was one of the out-of-state players out of Little Rock, Arkansas.
Or in fact, that looks like Caesar on the far side. So Havens not in the match yet. Back in, Haley
And for
Klein
the
checking back
Crusaders,
in.
number 2, Haley Klein.
We're under 7 minutes to play in this first semifinal.
For number
As
7,
Klein will check in,
Rachel
Rodriguez will
Rodriguez.
check out.
So Klein get a little bit of a rest here now, back in with fresher legs. See if they can, again, try to get something going here towards the goal. Try to at least put a little bit of scoreboard pressure here on Trinity.
Time ticking down here for Dallas. Back toward midfields that will clear back. As the ball back tap to
Charles.
Charles, who will clear it near side and clears it out of play, and a throw-in coming out for Trinity.
Right now, if you're Trinity, you're in no hurry to do anything. Watch that clock continue to tick.
It'll be Wallace that'll have the throw-in. Quickly into Ozemi. Now the back tap to Bovin. Bovin trying to create some space. Snyder has it taken away. Back to Wallace. Wallace will lob it forward as she tries to chip it into the box. Taken away by Dallas. Ahead. Trying to turn it, Skinner.
A collision there at midfield, no whistle.
Touch far side and a late whistle here. And look
As
like
one
they're
of the Trinity players stayed down for a second, but she's back on her feet.
so free kick coming up here for Trinity.
Oh, it's Hayes.
Hayes.
Yeah, Hayes was down there for a second, but she's okay.
5:25 clock moving second half.
Just an absolute, as you talk about, gorgeous day for soccer here on the south side of Houston's.
Has the ball toward the box. As cleared by Dallas with space. Wallace a little bit late getting there, but no chance to run that one down. But they're going to give him a break here. Hope our camera didn't take a beating down there. It was close to our goal camera. As that ball fired up into the stands on the far side by Wallace.
We're getting a negative on that one. The camera's perfectly fine.
That ball was
Checking
whistled
in
out
for
of play.
Crusaders, number 18.
The Spars are checking
number
back
9,
in.
Kit Givens.
Saw her earlier in the match, so again, more fresh legs on for Coach Lexi Stinson.
Sophomore out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. A lot of players getting an opportunity to be able to get some run here late in this one. Ball chipped toward the box. It'll be another save as that shot taken from about 40 yards out there.
After 4 minutes left to go here is, again, it's going to be Trinity playing in the championship game.
Pass the ball toward the box.
You know, some
Clipped
of
away
these
by
backup
Irvin.
players would love to put a goal on the board here for Trinity late in this one.
As that ball off the leg of one of the Trinity players and a throw in coming up for Dallas.
Yeah, again, I just can't go how impressive, top to bottom this Trinity team is. There's a reason they won the conference in the regular season, and they are going to be a tough match for anybody in this tournament or maybe going forward to the national tournament.
As the ball taken away.
If they can win the championship and advance to the national tournament.
And it'll be a throw in coming up for Trinity. As the ball cleared forward.
Nice job stepping up there by Richards, I'm sorry.
As Richards trying to work it to the right side. We're down to 2:45 to play here in the second half. As the ball crossing there through the crease.
Yeah, that's a good crossing pass right there. An opportunity for a header.
And
We're
the
able
shot
to get
taken.
on the end of that one.
Caesar trying to get a shot there. But no problem coming over for Charles.
Well, Charles has had a nice match here. Like I said, she's done a good job of keeping her team in the match, but just, again, this Trinity defense is too tough.
Ball cleared out toward midfield. Trinity with 2 minutes to go till their berth in the conference championship official on Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning. Battle for it there, and they push from behind as it looked like it was Caesar to hit the deck far side. Down to 1:40 to play here in the second half.
First of 4 semifinal matches. 2 for the women and 2 later on for the men, including the St. Thomas Celts will be taking on Colorado College a little bit later.
TLU Southwestern to come up next. As looking to control it is Borgansky.
And battling a couple of defenders, they're able to keep possession alive here for Trinity. Again, you know the Tigers, these backups love to get on the board here.
We wind down to
1
a
minute
minute to
remaining in
play here in the
regulation.
second half.
1 minute.
And Trinity will continue.
I'm guessing the Trinity celebrations will be fairly subdued because they know they still have more work to do on Sunday.
And Trinity, the type of team that will not overreact to a
Right,
semifinal win.
they're accustomed to having this kind of success.
As a push toward the end line will go out of play. Looks like a corner kick here late for Trinity.
And obviously a good season here for University of Dallas will come to an end. They battled hard in this matchup, but just too much Trinity.
As the ball coming across.
Ten.
As a shot taken,
8,
cleared through the
7,
end line, and that's
6,
going to do it.
5,
As the clock
4,
winds down,
3,
the Trinity
2,
University Lady
1.
Tigers continue their dominance in SCAC tournament play as they move to 22-1-1 all time in SCAC tournament championship play. As we'll take a timeout, come back live here from Houston, Texas. Give you the final numbers from this one as Trinity wins it by a final score of 2-0 as they take out the 4 seed U Dallas. Back after this on Coopersports.net. Live here from Houston, Texas, as we have gone final. As semifinal number 1 is in the books as the Trinity University Lady Tigers out of San Antonio have punched their ticket to another conference championship as they will play on Sunday at 11 a.m. And we'll look forward to that matchup. They will get the winner of the 2-3 matchup between Southwestern Lady Pirates and the TLU Lady Bulldogs coming up next. That match set to start at 2:30 Central Standard Time coming up at the bottom of the hour. It looks like we'll be on time for that one. And I think that when you look at this matchup right there, the key matchup was the Trinity defense. They just played so well. They stifled anything that UDallas had. They had Seaman get into the box, have an opportunity to get one goal on the board, but never take advantage of that. And that was really the only threat that they saw all day.
Right, it looked like, especially in that second half, Dallas was trying to attack wide and use crossers, and Trinity just cut those off and did not give UDallas really any opportunities to get a good look at the goal. And I think the woman of the match is going to be Michaela Bosco, scoring the first goal of the match, and she had several opportunities in the second half to try to add a second goal, even though it was Everett who did add the second goal. But Bosco was very dominant in terms of possession and being able to get off looks at the goal in both halves. So she's the woman of the match here, and Trinity is moving on to the finals.
And I think when you look at it for UDallas, they played about as good a match as they could coming in here against a Goliath like the Trinity Lady Tigers. And I think that when you look forward to what we're going to see from Trinity, I think it could be a tighter match coming up, no matter if it's TLU or Southwestern. They're going to have to bring their A game because both those teams can score offensively. And I think that's the team that could have a threat to them coming up on Saturday morning. Or Sunday morning.
I'm sure that Coach Harrison will talk with his team about. Says that match on Sunday is going to be probably going to be a little bit tougher than this one because you got two really good teams there in Southwestern and Texas Lutheran. Two programs are also that are accustomed to success, and a little bit more of a rivalry with Trinity and those two schools than they have with UDallas. But again, give the Crusaders some credit to finish fourth in a very tough league and getting into the postseason tournament. Like I said, just a little too much Trinity. This is such a quality squad. And again, congratulations to Coach Stinson and the Crusaders for a fine season.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for us here. Semifinal number 1 is in the books. The number 1 seed Trinity Lady Tigers will move on to the championship with a 2-0 victory over the U Dallas Lady Crusaders. And we'd like to thank everybody for joining us. Larry Cooper along with Kyle Nickel. We'll be back live coming up at the bottom of the hour to get you set for our next matchup between the number 2 seed, the Texas Lutheran Lady Bulldogs, and the number 3 seed, the Southwestern Lady Pirates, coming up next on Cooper Sports Network.
Cheer hard.
It's the SCAC.